Hey all, Split Snake here, coming back at you with another figure review. Today we have got the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man knockoff stroke bootleg, whichever you like to call it. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a figure review, and honestly I wasn't going to bother with this figure, but I was just doom scrolling on AliExpress and I saw they had it on there for only £70.52 posted, and I was like, crikey, I think this figure goes to like 50 quid plus postage normally. I might jump at that, see what it's like. So I got it, and I'm surprised it came with only, I think it came less than a week, which is quite incredible for posting from China. And I thought I'd let you know my thoughts on the knockoff version. Now, straight up, full disclosure, I don't currently have the official version of this one, so I can't compare side by side, but I can compare against other Spider-Men, and I give you my thoughts on what this figure's quality like, and is it worth the money to hold off for the official version, hopefully when it's on a sale or something, or if this will do. Previously, I've just been using the old pizza Spider-Man, this old scrawny guy, and he's been my go-to Spider-Man for a long time. And I think this is a bootleg as well. I think I did a video on him, the Superior Venom, and I want to say Scarlet Spider several years ago. And yeah, same figure from that video. This is definitely a bootleg, still very wobbly, which is one definite problem with it. But I have had it posted around for several years. But I like this one because you can get in some really kind of like good swinging dynamic poses kind of thing, and he can get right down to those kind of crunch moves. I like this one. I do agree the mold now is outdated and is a bit scrawny. So I was in look for a new one since they've been coming out. And he got replaced by the animated series Spider-Man. He's been my main Spider-Man now for several years. Not the biggest fan of the animated style. I was trying to actually wipe this off and use it as just a base figure. I had used some nail varnish remover and it just was rubbish stuff and it didn't work, or it just smeared it, which is a shame. But I've got some new stuff which I will be trying. But yeah, this is a really, really good figure. I do like it. It can get some good crunches still, like for web swinging poses and crouching. This one does have the hinge as well, because I did have the other version which just had the ball joint there and only went like that. I thought that was such a bad move to do for a Spider-Man figure. So yeah, really like this figure. I think it's a great figure. This is an official one. I don't know if there's any bootlegs of the animated series, but it's nice and still quite stiff, and of course pinless, which is always great. It's great for visuals. It's terrible for customization. I hate having to change a part when it's like this. It's so annoying. But you know, I think it's pretty cool. So I can do a comparison with him and him. That's the only real main Spider-Man I've got. I've got the other versions, like I've got Scarlet Spider, and I've got my mind has gone blank. I've got other Spider-Man, but you don't see all them. The main figure you need to see is obviously this boy. So the packaging, as it came, it's actually not really buckled or anything. Most of the time we get AliExpress packaging, it's normally crumpled. I don't know if this is an official packaging. I can't tell. Obviously, got a slight crumple there. But yeah, it's pretty good solid packaging. It does feel a bit like cardboardy instead of like the packaging cardboard. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like corrugated cardboard. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know if you can see down this seam line here, there's a corrugated line there. I'm not sure if the official packaging is the same, because normally they just have like flat cardboard. But yeah, it looks right. I never keep boxes anyway, so I normally order mine without boxes. But I thought, you know what, if I get this, I'll review it. So I'll go for the box. But obviously, a nice group window here. There's Maximum Series here, Spider-Man, Marvel Legends, warning, do not swallow parts for 4+. Top box, again, Marvel Legends Maximum Series. Bottom box, the barcode E and some additional stuff. Nice picture of the figure there on the side. And a nice little one there on the other side as well. And of course, a nice dynamic picture on the back. All right, now, I've already opened him and I've had a play with him, and I will tell you about that in a moment. And I'll show you something quickly, what happened when I took it out. So it comes in 2 clamshells, and the figure there. Now this is my peeve. This here, they sellotaped it over to keep it in place, which is fine, but they sellotaped it on the painted side. So when I peeled this off, I did it turned it upside down this time, you can see half the print has come off of it. I'm trying to show it 1 sec. So yeah, that is really annoying. Had they just literally put it in that way round, it would have been perfectly fine. It wouldn't have impacted it at all. So yeah. Right, let's get this all out. So I've just taken it all out, and I've just taken all the accessories off this shell, and I just had a panic, like I didn't take anything from there or there. And I was panicking like, oh my gosh, where have they gone? Have I lost them already? And I spent 20 minutes looking on the floor trying to find them until I finally realised that it's just space for these ones to fit in. So if you can't find them, don't panic. They're on this side. Okay, so what do I think of this figure now I've got it in hand? Honestly, it's not bad, but it's not perfect for sure. When I first got it out of the packaging, there was problems with it. Like this arm here will detach for an accessory later, which I'll show you in a bit. And this was quite low down. So what I did is I heated it up, pulled it off, then it heated it up a lot by itself. So I kind of reset its factory default, and then I've put it back on, and it's now much better. There's still a bit of a gap there, which I'm not happy about, but it's much better. But I will say the design of this, to get that off, takes a lot of strength. It's a really good peg, and trying to grab a bottom cone, like, it's very, very hard to do. The other problems I had was there was a seam here, and here was quite wide apart. So I ended up popping the entire thing apart and re-gluing them back together. But the major problem I had with it was this butterfly joint here. So see, this one goes forward and goes back, quite nice. This one, you see, it kind of wants to pop back a bit. It doesn't want to go forward a bit. The peg going into the shoulder here was deformed somewhat, and I had to basically pop the chest open, cut that down, sand it down, and then put it back in, and then glue it all together, and then glue this all together, and glue everything together. And also the toe articulation just popped off. They were way too spread out. They literally, you looked up and they go boom, flying off. So again, same trick as that. Took them off, heated them for quite a long time with a hairdryer for about 2 minutes, so they kind of reset to their factory default shape. Let them cool down, squeeze them a little bit as they cooled, and then they're much better. This one I did really well. This one he sees a little bit more. Yeah, this one sees a little bit more of a sticking out bit here, but you know, it's tighter. This one's quite nice. This one's still a little bit loose. Apart from that, it's been okay. So if that didn't bother you, then it'd be fine. Although everything else works absolutely fine with this one. The one annoying thing is this bit here. I don't know if you see there's a blemish in the paintwork here. That unfortunately was my fault. I was trying to use some pliers to give some really good pressure on it, but I put some tissue between the pliers and the plastic so I didn't damage the sculpt or the paint. The tissue fell off and my pliers scratched it, unfortunately. So that's my fault. Really annoyed at that. But yeah, that's the only kind of negative I could say about this figure. Everything else of it I'd say is absolutely fine. The paintwork is okay. The lines seem to be relatively crisp, so pretty good detail on it. Bit missed just there above my nail, don't know if you can see that. But you can see the torso paintwork is definitely a lighter shade than the arms and the legs. So I don't know if they're cast in a red plastic, which is what makes them more vibrant, or if they're cast in a blue. I'm guessing blue, but whatever this is, it's definitely lighter, which is annoying. But generally, I'm quite content with the sculpture and the lines. They look okay. The spider there, didn't even notice that before. You can make one spider with really long legs. Same in the elbow. See, it's a bit different shade there. I don't know whether it's coming from camera, but you can clearly in the naked eye see a difference between the arm and the elbow. I said shoulder, didn't I? So yeah, but that's unfortunate. So probably could do with a repaint, but I've painted lines before. I'm in no rush to do it again. It's not a fun job to do. But apart from that, all the joints look fine. In fact, let's go over the articulation. In case some of you haven't seen this figure before, he has a ball peg at the top, which has a hinge. So it means he can go all the way back and forward. And then obviously a little bit of rock on that, but not loads. He does have a neck joint as well, which gives an additional rock. And that too can go forward and back. So a nice bit of range in the head there. As you can see, he has butterfly joints, so he can go that far forward and that far back. Shoulders are on a ball disc. They can go out quite hard detail. So that high, and can go around 360 degrees. Bicep rotation 360 degrees. Double bend in the elbow. Again, there's a few little bits of extra plastic. I didn't notice that before, so I'm going to have to cut that off. That's just come away anyway. And then you have a rotation in the wrist, or the lower arm here, the forearm, and a rotation in the wrist, and the hinges goes up and down there. All the wrists, apart from the flesh-coloured ones, have a same hinge here going up and down horizontally. But the web holding the hands, these ones, which I'll go into again, they have a hinge going vertically. As you saw, let's get the arms out of the way. As you saw, it's got a diaphragm crunch, so you can do quite a nice bit here. So you can go forward that much just on the crunch, back that much, side to side quite nicely, and you can turn, but it's very stiff detent. And then you've got ab crunch, you can do that and go back quite a lot. So with both joints, you can bend forward that much and back that much. T-cut hips, but they are on a drop down, so all the way down they look like that, which looks really weird. All the way up they do stick out a little bit, so you need to find that kind of equilibrium to get a nice kind of silhouette going down. But they can go out that far, forward on a standard that far, with utilising the drop down. Slipped. Go up that far, and can I go back that far? He has an upper thigh cut, so 360 degrees there. Double bend in the knee. Cut at the boot, and can go from there to there. And toe articulation all the way there. Although I will say there's a little kind of shelf there. So if I cut that though, then the toe will end up going down itself, and I don't know how I feel about that. And of course, you do have the ankle pivot from there to there. So I apologise if that articulation was a bit choppy. I'm a bit out of practice in doing this. He does come with a ton of accessories. We'll do the heads first. So out of the packaging, he comes with this nice kind of wide-eyed one. We also get this one-eyed one. Now, honestly, at first glance, I couldn't really see the difference, but putting them side by side, you can see the eye on the left here is squinting just a little bit. A bit of an expression. Not a fan of this one. I think they wanted to do this. They should have done it like a bit more dramatic, like made it really close down. Or maybe give different eye slots, you know, because obviously Spider-Man's eyes have changed over the years so many times. You've had ones with like really big eyes like this. You've had one with really small eyes. I think I'd prefer a different eye head, maybe, if that makes sense. And he comes with an unmasked head. Now, I don't believe this is the photoreal technology it's Hasbro have been using. It looks good, but it definitely looks painted. So I think this is probably where you're going to lose some of the quality from the knockoff version. Without having any official one to compare, that's all I can really advise. And it pops on. It says perfect fine. Really struggled that. Pops on fine, and looks absolutely fine on the body. I feel like it's got a bit of a dated hairstyle though, because it's got this little quiff at the back here, and his curls at front. I know Parker's used to having those curls, but I don't know. I think I prefer the more modern look for his hair, and I think I would have preferred a more modern hair sculpt. Even if they gave us an option of different hair pieces, that'd been cool, you know, because this is a separate piece, so they could very easily made this a detachable part. That'd have been very cool. He comes with a load of hands, 2 wall crawling hands with the horizontal hinge, 2 gripping hands for gripping his webs, which I'll show you in a bit. They, like I said, come with a vertical hinge. I'll show you them on him in a second. 2 standard whipping hands. So see this. I kind of like this one's a little bit more curled, and these ones are nice and straight out. I like there's a bit of a difference, so not exact same over and over. These ones again come with the horizontal hinge. 2 whipping hands with webs shooting out of them. These are very cool. I like these. I do believe it is just glued in, so they're separate pieces. It's not all made out of the same material. And again, these have that horizontal up and down hinge. Apologies, this is Rusty. I forgot to say the ones he actually had on. So he has 2 fist hands out of the box. Again, they both have the up and down horizontal hinge. And then lastly comes the ungloved hands. These are pretty cool. I do like the web shooters. They're very big. I don't like the fact that there's no hinge though. They're stuck in that position. I think they could have very easily made the hinge there and made that silver. Yeah, I'd have seen it on that side, but I mean, it flashed. And I suppose if you did, you'd lose the whole point of it. So if they'd done a hinge, that wouldn't have worked. Yeah. Maybe they could have done like a ball peg, for like a lot of imports do. That might be the best option there. Saying you kept sculpt going all the way through with just a gap. So, but there's nice additions, cool to have. Like I said, these aren't too bad to get on and off, but the other ones I'll show you in a minute are a pain. I did have to, you can see it's still a bit bad. I had to heat this up when I came out because it was like that. So I had to heat up a bit to kind of get that leg finger it straight and let it cool down. And see, it's not perfect. So bit annoyed at that, but it is what it is. The other accessory is the spider sense accessory, and it would have been lovely if this had all of its paint still. So yeah, really I'm annoyed at that. I believe this can go in his normal head. I haven't tried this yet. It's not really going to go on his normal head that well, but a mast head. Oh my gosh, it's the first one I put that head on. I really didn't want to go. Okay, so yeah, you put it on and then push it back a bit, and I think it kind of clips behind the eyes. See? But that looks okay. From there, it's like a spider sense. Oh no! But from everywhere else, it kind of looks like a tiara. Now to exchange hands, they're nice and easy done. Like I said, you just pull this off, grab a web hand for this one. And there, see it goes up and down. And then for this one, we will do a wall corner hand. See, those are nice and easy. Perfect happy with those. The other ones though, I just can't get a grip on it. That hurts. Oh my gosh, I had to use the behind the camera stuff to go off and ended up using my mouth to do it, which I don't condone doing at all. Easily chokeable. But yeah, that is a massive design flaw. I don't think the fish one's that hard, but hand trying to pinch such a small thing and get pressure to pull it is so hard. But then these ones just go on there. You know, looks okay. Other accessories it comes with is this really cool shield, and I do love this, like a nice pearlescent kind of silvery white. It's really cool. A few gaps in it, and it's really nice. And it's just got a standard clip on it, like Captain America shield, and that clips onto his wrist, no issue whatsoever. Although with these clips, I'm always worried that they're going to break. But very cool. Do you like that? And other web accessories, he comes with this web shot like this. So that's pretty cool. Like it looks like it's snared something. You could potentially snare another Spider-Man. Doesn't really do much, but that's cool. You can put his hand holding that end like that. It comes with this really cool like web bullet, if you will, like a web shot in motion, which is very nice. Very kind of wispy tail. I do like that. My camera's struggling to focus on it. Let me just look that in. And yeah, very nice. Now, it's very hard to see, but right there is a peg hole for it, because it also comes with this stand. So I believe, is it that end or that end? That goes in there. So you can do some cool fake shots like that, which makes it pretty nice. I do like that. The last accessory comes with the 2 web lines. There's 2 of them. They're different lengths, I believe, or they're the same length. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's marginal. There's only that much difference in it. They both end. Actually, do they? Yeah. So they both end with this like almost honeycomb. Not honeycomb. You know, like a honey stir wooden thing. It kind of looks like that. It's coiled around. There is a little bit of translucency to them, but they're not completely. And this one has a bit more of a flailing bottom, and this one has a nice little like knot at the end. These are very cool, and these fit in his hand quite nicely. Oh, pop the tray out. Not the tightest of grips, but you know, it'll do the trick. You can get him like swing him. So you can get him to hang from that traditional pose from a web, waiting for a smooch from Mary Jane or Gwen. So he can get down really quite low, utilising those extra points of articulation on those toes and the additional, I think, extra range in the ab crunch and the diaphragm joint, because using the animated one as a bit of a reference here, that's the best he can do, which isn't bad, but it, you know, it doesn't look great on the heels. Like this looks like he's broken his ankle here. So it definitely is much more natural on the Maximum Spider-Man. Okay, size comparison. Next to the 90s animated series Spider-Man. Next to Michael Morbius, who uses the Bucky Cap base mold. Next to the retro-carded Deadpool, and this is using the Sunfire or the Spider-Man 2099 second costume body mold. I believe the 2009 came first, but everyone refers to it as the Sunfire body mold. Incidentally, I believe you can get bootlegs of him as well. I got this one off of eBay from a single seller, but when I got it, it had issues. I'm not sure if it's a knockoff or not, but his ab crunch just wouldn't bend. It kept springing back, so I had to tear everything apart and shave down the cog. So I don't think it is a bootleg. It just, yeah. Deadpool does suffer from one unfortunate problem. I got him off of eBay really cheap, and the only problem with it, defect, was this wasn't glued together. Fixed already. Had it 5 minutes. But this is another problem. I can't crunch forward, and it's not the strap doing it, because that's like really baggy. It's the joint itself. So annoying. And I think, you know, to fix that is to pop the bloody thing open, which I really don't want to do, because that's going to warp the plastic. Alright, I'm going to show you quickly what I did. Alright, so I sanded down the bar going in there, because, like I said, the detents on the bar in this little box were springing it back. It couldn't pop the detent, so it kept bouncing. And now that I've done that, yay! Absolute pain in the arse, and it's ridiculous I had to do this. I'm just thankful it came apart as it did without breaking up this lovely metallic blue. Next to the Punisher, who uses the Grim Reaper body mold. Next to Captain Britain, who uses the Hyperion body mold, because I can't find my Hyperion. Next to the classic Hercules. I love this body mold. I wish they did more figures in this. It's such a great for base figures. And it's not pinless, so they definitely could do with an update. Pinless it, and then it's pinless legs, but not pinless arms. That's unusual. But yeah, great. Next to Modern Colossus, I keep moving him back and lifting the camera up, but he keeps going out of shot. Colossus is just in the tip of his head. Next to Pizza Spider-Man. Next to the classic yellow tiger stripe Wolverine. Next to Quake on the female Shield Agent body. Next to both classic and modern Catwoman. I have to be quick because she is going to fall over in a second. I stand corrected. Okay, next to Ultimate Spider-Man, Kid Nova Sam, White Tiger, and the new Miles Morales. And quick, I don't know if anyone's done this before, but the new Miles is shorter than the old Spider-Man. Overall, I would say as a figure itself, it's not bad. You do get a lot of accessories, and there are a lot. I'm not going to deny that. You get, what was it? Wall crawling, fists, grab, 2 lots of whipped hands, and then the naked hands. So that's 6 pairs of hands by itself. Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 web accessories, and 3 heads and the spider sense. So you do get a lot of stuff for this guy. Is he worth the, what, £50 price mark? I don't know. I know, like, a lot of import figures, they charge that because they do come with a lot of accessories, and that's probably where Hasbro figured it going to make more money from people. Because in today, to make this, I don't think costs a lot of money. Nor this. It's one piece, you know? It's one mold. No engineering, no anything. So to just throw out a few extra bits of plastic and then bump the price up like twice as much, or over twice as much in some cases, I don't know. Not for me, I don't think. Not for me. Is his bootleg worth it? Yeah, I'd say he is. As long as you don't mind putting a little bit of love to get him squared up to solve a few problems that I had, if you do get the same as me. It wasn't the hardest thing to fix. It was more tedious that I had to do it. But again, when it comes to bootlegs, you kind of expect a little bit of TLC. Like, I grabbed a bootleg Android 21, which just doesn't even have a leg joint, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that. So I've got to make that one. A Super Saiyan God Goku, who has solid plastic there, so he can only lift his leg up like a little bit, so I've got to figure out how to do that. Those bootlegs required a lot more effort, because you have to actually redesign certain parts of this. This one was just fixing some manufacturing faults, and I don't think that's the end of the world. You might be happy with it as it is, you know. It was just me. I wanted to see why it wasn't working and try and fix it, because that's the kind of person I am. I like fixing things. I like that craft side of it. You know, that's a lie. I don't like it. Sometimes it's a nightmare. I was trying to fix one the other day, and I had to pop a torso apart. And if you've seen my Ultimate X-Men Watch Me Build, that Death's Head torso, oh my gosh, it was so difficult. And his torso was just as bad. It took forever. But I'm rambling, I apologise. I'd say, yeah, it's a good figure. It's worth the money for the bootleg, definitely. I'm perfectly happy with this in my collection now. And we'll be replacing probably this guy. Undecided. I kind of like this. I might try and fix this and put it back the way it was. I don't know. Can't remember my mind on that one. Or might just keep 2. Say one's from different universes, or I don't know. Haven't decided on that. But I do like this, and I will be keeping this, and that's my collection now. I fear if I put it in my Legends bin until I get my shelves up in my new, I'm going to lose the little toes. Because I reckon one finger's going to put a bit too much pressure on that, and it's going to pop off, because they don't take a lot. They're just frictioned in. And you see, don't know if you see, there's a little gap there. You just push up on it, and it goes back on. So I am worried that that's going to happen. Anyway, guys, that is my review. Sorry if it's a bit rambly. Sorry if I went on a bit of tangents about various things. But I hope you still enjoyed it and found it useful. Like I said, I'm going to try and do some more videos. I can't promise anything. My life is always hectic. There's always something going on. I took some time off today just to do this, really. Try and get a review station set up again, or a craft station. Still, I need to finish my Fantastic Four. You guys are watching my Fantastic Four and asking for it. Haven't touched them since that. And that's like, what, 2 years ago plus? 3 years ago? Because I haven't touched them since I've been in this house. And we've been in like 3 years. Wow, okay, yeah, I need to get on those. So I am sorry I haven't come back to them. It's just, yeah, a lot of stuff keeps getting in the way. But anyway, I hope you did enjoy this, and thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for everyone who stayed with me, even though I've had a lot going on and haven't been the best at uploading content. I appreciate you guys staying on me and staying sub to me, so thank you so much to the bottom of my heart. It really does mean a lot to me, and I'd love to come back and do more, I really would. And I apologise that I can't come back as much as you guys would like as well. One last time, thanks a lot, guys, and I'm going to catch you in my next one. See ya.